Oh my goodness. Wow. So the last 6 or 7-ish months of gains have been wiped out in a day. We are down 30% in the last 24 hours. My first reaction to this, obviously, I'm a little bit sad. You know, my inventory has gone down. But boo-hoo, oh well, so has everybody's. Second reaction is that it might be time to buy the dip. $4.2 billion? Down 30%? Guys, this seems like a great entry opportunity. Am I wrong? Like, there's no way stuff should be this cheap. I guess we'll have to see what's causing this to go down 30% next week. Guys, I think next week it'll probably be up, Kappa. Hey, have you heard that skins make you play the game better? Try Skins Monkey, a trading site where you can instantly trade skins safely and easily. Pick your skins, explore thousands of available items, and then trade to get new ones right away. And if it's your first time, you could use code ARROW to get up to $5 for free on your first trade. And if you want to buy skins, with code ARROW, you'll get an extra 5% on top of the 30% deposit bonus every time. That's, let me get a calc, 35% more skins. They also have daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, so use code ARROW to trade out your old skins and buy new ones. Link is in the description. What if I just look at butterfly knives right now? How much have they gone down? Oh my. Butterfly knife fade, 60% off. Butterfly knife marble fade, 60% off. Butterfly knife ruby, 50%. 50% off. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Butterfly knife tiger tooth down to $879. I haven't seen these prices in the last decade. Since 2020. You know what it is? Valve saw that crypto was dumping, that it was dying. They saw that stocks went down a lot. They saw what Trump was doing with the tariffs and whatnot. And they said, hey, don't forget about me. I'm still here. And they said, what, in one click, what's the best way we could destroy our own market? And they said, you know what? Let's make it so you could trade up to the one thing that have always been exclusive and very rare. And a lot of people over the last 12 years have started putting trust into them because you can't trade up to them, because it's super rare to unbox from them, because the cases that you get them out of are becoming more expensive. Let's ruin that for everybody. Let's think of this from Valve's perspective. Them selling knives, them having knives that sell, rather, for $10,000 on other markets, that is really bad for them. I mean, it's great for them, but they're too stupid to see that. It's really bad for them because they don't make any money from it. In reality, it's actually a good thing that these third-party marketplaces exist, because that then makes it so people are willing to put money in and more easily able to put money in and come out and then play the game and then get addicted to Counter-Strike. But anyways, from their POV, they're not making money from it, so it's bad to them. So guys, buying skins off of third-party sites is horrible. Don't do it. Valve, please just remove this update. Well, listen, Valve, if you remove this update, we'll stop buying stuff off of third-party marketplaces. I promise you. I promise you. It's really good for Valve, because if they didn't add this, people wouldn't be selling their butterfly knife tiger tooths on the Steam community market. It was just too expensive to sell on the Steam community market, and that means that Valve wasn't getting their cut. Now, if you or I wanted to get a butterfly knife tiger tooth, we can just go on the Steam community market and buy one. For years, nobody was selling here, realistically. But now, 6, 7, 1, 4, 8, 6, 7, 4, 7, 3. This is how many butterfly knives have sold in the last day. So it really is great for Valve. This is a fantastic, very fantastic update for them. Because now if you want to buy, sell, or trade your skins, you have to use the Steam community market for these. I mean, you don't have to, but you're able to use the Steam community market now. They've made it so unbelievably annoying to not just use the Steam market that nowadays you kind of have to. If you want to do a trade up quickly, you can't trade for those skins anymore because you'll have to wait 7 days. you buy the skins off the Steam Community Market. If you want to open cases, if you buy 100 cases and get them traded to you, you actually have to wait. You can't just instantly open that. If you want to open 100 cases, you have to go to the Steam Community Market, buy them here, and then you can instantly open them. And the money all goes to Valve. That was already a greedy ass update. Not gonna lie. Like, that was very greedy by Valve. They added that, and I was like... Originally, I thought, okay, this is very annoying that there's trade protection like that. The whole thing was like to button up security to make it so people who have these expensive knives don't just get scammed and then can't trade them back. So like, if I were to accept this and he got scammed, he just lost the graffiti. But now you're able to trade it back. Awesome. That's great. You know, that means that Valve knows how expensive these skins truly are. It means that they care and they don't want to see people get scammed of their $20,000 knives. As it turns out, they don't care if you get scammed, or they do care if you get scammed, but they just want it to be them who's scamming. Butterfly knives, all down 50 to 60%, all the way up to 70% on some of them. For me, it's just like, why? Why? Maybe they saw the Chinese pumps and were upset about it, making it like, I mean, China was buying up all of the knives and all of the skins, so maybe they were just sick and tired of that and went, you know what, we want to have trickle-down economics. Or, well, reverse trickle-up economics. And make it so the little guys are able to get knives and reds and whatnot a lot easier. Basically, to get knives more easily. Because reds are now more expensive. Pinks are now more expensive. I'm sure they knew that was going to happen. I mean, I'm sure that they knew knives were going to go down in price as well. I think the whole idea behind this is knives are too expensive. Let's make it so everyone can have one. Yeah, and now the noobs, the new people that are coming in, can't afford a red. Because who's going to spend freaking... How much was it saying for a red nowadays? For like a very mid-red, $36 for a Legion of Anubis. $38 for a Bloodsport. $114 for an Asimov. What the hell? What am I looking at? Now, what's crazy about this? I'm just thinking about this now. It's almost more profitable to unbox reds and pinks now than golds. Because if golds go down by half, like, you just want to be farming the reds and the pinks. This is crazy. This is crazy. Gooseman's opinion on the update, as the guy who made Counter-Strike. That's a real bummer for skin owners. I'd hate to have my investments like that, tank like that. I don't know anything about Valve's goal, but I'm sure it was not an easy decision, and I'm sure they had good reason for doing it. Okay. So we've went through the perspective of a rich person who had a lot in the game. It's horrible for them. We went through the perspective of Valve. It's great for them. Now let's go through the perspective of somebody who has no money in the game. Guys, if you have no money in the game, are you going to now cash in? I just want to get the general feel. Are you going to cash in? Oh my god, there's so many people saying yes, it's lagging the chat. So a lot of people are saying yes. Now, I suspected that the chat was going to say that, but on the other side of things, are you now more concerned that they're going to do another really retarded update and destroy the next thing? Like, maybe they'll make it so you can re-roll your knife. Like, at this point, there's no rules or regulations. Or what if they make it if you have a red collection skin, you can re-roll it for another red collection skin? So if I had an Op Prince, I could re-roll it and get a Dragon Lore. Like, you might laugh at that and go, okay, that's not going to happen. That there's no way. Oh, you can actually trade up to knives. Never mind. That makes a lot of sense that they would do that. Sticker remover. Yeah, let's make it so you can take off the Titan Hollow off of your gun. Lol. If I put money into any game, I expect a loss. And I think that's what's very interesting about this update. For the longest time, Counter-Strike wasn't seen as that game. It was seen as like, you know what? They're not going to do anything too stupid, right? Like, these guys made the best economy out of any video game ever. Yeah, they made the best economy ever. So they'll know, they'll be smart enough not to ruin it. Right? Like, they would know. They should know. Better than any other company. Like Riot, they don't have skin trading. Rocket League did, but then Epic Games destroyed that. Because there's, you know, they're also stupid. But now it seems like Valve just... I don't know. I don't know. Guys, At this point, I'm not even going to be surprised if they just completely remove trading. I would have felt insane saying that 2 days ago. And I hate to be that guy. But now there is like nothing out of the picture. You say never. Bro, you would have said never to there being knife trade-ups 2 days ago. What did Morocco tweet? These are some blue gems that got crafted today. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So there's a lot of people I know that have been collecting blue gems, gold gems, really cool pattern knives for the last 10 years. That is no longer important anymore. I'm sure those people will be quitting now because that's pretty awesome. There are still going to be instances where there's like a knife that you can't trade up to because the float is too high or something like that. So your number one knives and number one lowest float knives are probably going to be okay. Oh wait, number one lowest float knives you can trade up for. But number one highest knives, those are still going to be okay. So that's a cool collection. But when it comes to something like blue gems, those are all going to crash. I mean, you could say I'm overreacting, but guys, mark my words. In the next month, someone will be unboxing a Karambit 387. Trust me on that. It was crazy, though. I think, for me personally, and maybe this is just me coping, because we ran through all the different scenarios. And I'm even looking at like how many knives can be made. It's horrible for people who had a lot of money in the game. It's great for Valve. And it's great for people who want to get knives. But now as we're looking through these rare knives, right? The case ardens. And the people who had been collecting, but rare black pearls, gamma Doppler emeralds with no black dots on them. Crazy good finish gloves. Just the ultra high tier collectors. Not even just people buying like 20 Vice Glove field tested because they wanted to invest. Like the actual collectors. It's also bad for them. So bad for rich people, bad for collectors, which, kind of goes hand in hand with like rich people. Great for Valve, great for people just getting into the game. Because now that I'm thinking about it, if it really is just a 1 in 65,000 chance to get a Karambit Case Arden 387, it's only going to take a couple weeks. Like, look at this. A pattern 273 has already been traded up to. It's already been traded up to. My goodness. Before I left, y'all remember, right? My inventory was like $85,000 or $86,000. I then went on a literal 1 week vacation from the 15th to the 22nd. I basically already had it plotted out in my mind. You know what? I'm going to take a week off. Basically, I won't have my phone. I won't have my computer. But we should be good. We just got an armory update. I leave with an $85,000 inventory, and I come back a week later. I'm down $14,000 in a day. So that's not that bad. Oh my god. But like, it could be worse though, Your extension is slow, by the way. Your stuff is not worth 70k. What do you mean it's not 70k? Okay, I just refreshed from 70k. So when was that pricing from? Like an hour ago? Now we're at 60k. Oh my god. Guys, at the end of the day, it's just money. You make some, you lose some. It is what it is. Fortunately, I don't have all of my money in CS, which is something that I also preached. And I also had an amount in the game that I'm willing to lose. Even if that means I lost 50% of my money, or well, 85,000 to 60,000. It's not that bad. Even if I'm down 30%, it is what it is. Because these are my skins. They're not going anywhere. It is what it is. It is what it is. Make sure to subscribe.